share something with you. I saw the film The Maze Runner the other day, and it really made me think. Watching it, I thought to myself, we all have this one life, and our life is made up of choices. I thought, we don't choose to appear here on this earth, but everything we all do, that is our choice. And in the film, the characters are trapped in this square of land, and every morning a passage into the maze opens up, and they can choose to run into it to find an exit, or they can choose to stay safe. But if they don't make it back before nightfall, they get trapped inside the maze. And I thought to myself, sometimes it takes one decision to commit, and that's how things change. So one person deciding to go in that maze and look for an exit. If they ran into that maze half-heartedly, they would have got trapped and died. Now, things aren't quite that drastic here, but the point is the same. You have to be committed, and I thought this applies to a lot of things in life, but it also applies to outcome measures. You have to want better, and that's how you get somewhere. What I'm trying to say is, if we carry on doing the same thing, like staying in that safe square of land of what we know, we don't know what we could have. If we stay in that safe square of what we know, nothing changes. Nothing gets worse, but nothing gets better either. Sometimes you have to take the fear of change, light outcome measures as a way of practice, and you have to say, you know what? I want things to change. I want to try different. I am going to do this. And I'm trying something a little different here today to share my experience of using outcome measures. So I went to the Young Person Specialist Service, which is a specialist part of CAMS in Derby, and this is called What Outcome Measures Did for Me. Once upon a time, around the age of 9, I had a dream of all the things I wanted to do in this world so big, it floated in my mind, all these images of mankind. Unfortunately, I became lost, and my dreams became hidden under a permanent layer of frost. It's hard, you see, having the world in your head. It's hard struggling to go to sleep when you're in bed. It's hard when the place you call home is like a war zone of its own, when you have feelings that you don't want to feel, when you feel everything is a big cycle and you're the middle, you're the spinning wheel. I'm telling you this so you can see the way in which outcome measures actually helped me. For I was a girl so lost in the strife, I reached a point where I wanted to take my own life. It's not that I wanted to die, I just couldn't find a reason why I should stay. My feelings unbearable, I had lost more than my way. It was at this point when I nearly let go of my life. My counsellor introduced me to a therapist. I learned about IAPT, started cognitive behavioural therapy, and it was here I would learn what would help me. Now, some people think outcome measures aren't all that cool, but for me, in therapy, they were a very powerful tool. Together is a key word here, but outcome measures really gave my therapist and me an ear, to listen and to understand each other. We used goal-based outcomes and set goals, enabling us to work at the same end of the poles. Each session we agreed on homework, which gave me thoughtful contemplation and also motivation. For my therapist and me were a team, and together we worked on chasing my dreams. These goals shaped and changed as we worked together, and together we monitored if I felt better. My opinions mattered, and my voice could be heard, using session rating scales, sometimes on paper, so I didn't have to say a word. This stability lent me the ability to achieve. Setting achievable goals gave me hope to believe in myself and in my life, and as days turned to night, outcome measures developed my insight. My therapist gave me wings for flight, all the while making sure I was alright. And the questionnaires which professionals can learn to hate, honestly, they are not a source of bait. They were a good thing for a person like me, because they helped me to see what was bothering me. And in my sessions, they helped me to see areas in my life that I might like to work on each day and each night. They helped me to see what was working and what wasn't quite right. All this gave me steps of brightness in front of me, guiding my sight. My vision becoming focused, offering me a different way to see my difficulties in life, a new approach to the darkness that is night. My progress on paper clear to see, and this is how a path out of the dark tunnel appeared to me. Each goal achieved made me more able to believe, increasing the light, and each progress tracked showed me I can do it. I can be alright. Now these tools weren't just useful in my therapy, but also when I left they were good for me. Reflection is powerful, and I was able to look back at all the things I'd achieved, the goals I'd worked on. The sense of reward a strong one, and this sense of reward was also shown in the bond formed with the people of the service I had known. Everything was clear to see, not just on paper, but the real life change was in me. For outcome measures used in my therapy, the amazing people and the service that I received make this ending a happy one indeed. For now I have the dreams back, alive in my head. These dreams, they don't burden me, but sing to me instead. I have a few things left to say. If I had to make a change along the way, I would have wanted more of an explanation of the value of these tools, maybe a source of information I could go to like a pool, a place where the information is easy to understand, together in one place, accessible by curious hands, examples of experiences, and maybe a few faces making appearances. I think I should also mention, I have some friends from therapy who feel the same. For outcome measures really help them too, to change. We are now able to understand ourselves better, and one another. We are like words on a letter, sat on the same page together. For outcome measures and our therapy also gave us friendships which I know will forever last, because we all share this thing, this experience in the past. A friendship so strong, I can feel it in my heart. These friends, I know, we shall never part. So here is my thank you. Thank you to the service which did so much more than save my life. Thank you for doing so much more than making sure I was alright. My thank you to each one of you as professionals here today. You have a special gift to change your life, even in small ways. Outcome measures are so much more than people assessors. These tools, they are treasures, lifelong investors in the people of tomorrow, and it's you guys who help these people. You help them with their sorrow. So here is my thank you, because if it wasn't for people like you, I would have given up my fight on the world that I knew. Thank you for doing what you do.